Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team's currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2 CD collection. You can find a link in the video description containing the entire directory structure of this archive. Here's what our diggers have for week 141. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply follow the Patreon link in the video description. Now without further ado, let's get started. First up, we have a team dig from Dick DeYoung and Zed Supremus. WINGAMES /action/ABM. Some kind of anti-ballistic missile thing? That's my guess. Got a help file. Welcome, ABM Commander. That almost kind of doesn't make sense because you wouldn't command the missile itself. So your mission is to protect the innocent civilians in the 6 cities in your sector from nuclear ICBMs of a maniacal, anti-American, third world dictator, whoever we're against this week? Wow. It's like on the nose and yet not. You do this by launching your own nuclear ABMs to fly into the path of the incoming missiles and detonate, destroying everything within the nuclear belt blast. Yeah, this is basically, missile command. Only instead, it's anti-ballistic missiles instead, or something. Well, no, it's just called, ABM, isn't it? Oh no, it's called ABM Command. Well, let's see how this plays. Options. Ooh, we could have the explosions filled. Anyways, this was made by, Kent Rollins. I didn't check to see if it was, Shareware or... Huh. There doesn't seem to be any registration info or anything, so I've got a funny feeling this might be freeware. Now let's see how it plays. So, new game. Round 1. Okay, there doesn't seem to be any sound effects. Whoops. Right-clicking minimizes it? Well, and it pauses it, that's good. Interesting. So it auto-selects which one to fire from. I'm guessing there might be a way to manually select which one of the launchers you want to fire from. Nope, that's the end of the round. I'm still not hearing any sound effects. I mean, the way this is working, you would expect to hear sounds, but I'm not hearing any. So basically you can use the left mouse button to auto-select which turret to fire from, or you can use the 1, 2, 3 keys on the keyboard to select which one to fire from. Well, so far it doesn't seem too complicated. Oh. Well, there's the ding, because I just ran out of missiles in the middle launcher. So it seems like the only difference between the rounds is that... Oh, I got a boldness multiplier. The only difference between the rounds is that it seems to go faster on the later rounds. You don't seem to have any special effects or anything. Like, we don't seem to have like aircraft carriers or special kinds of weapons. It just seems to be just very basic. I stand corrected. There's something coming in here. That's dodging... That was dodging my attacks. Okay, so this isn't just super basic. There is actually some stuff here. Well, now that we've seen one thing that isn't a standard missile coming down, I have to wonder what else there is. But it is getting significant... Whoop, that one just split. Okay, so the game is throwing new stuff at us. No, I missed one. And down goes my city there. Oh geez, I only had 1 missile left? These levels are getting considerably harder. I say as I take out an entire wave in one shot. In one spread, I should say. Yeah, so for the ones that dodge, you really have to anticipate. Whoops, I'm out of... Can it actually destroy the launchers? I am out of missiles. If it can destroy the launchers, then that's very not good. Okay, so I got a bonus city. Yeah, I don't think I can win without all of my launchers intact. This is gonna be painful. Oh, I don't think I'm surviving this. Let's see. Oh, great, I think the game auto-ended because I just lost all of my turrets. No, it's still going. Whoops. For some reason, right-clicking auto-minimizes it, and... Oh, I accidentally hit new game. Well, anyways. That was ABM Command. This is actually pretty decent for what seems to be freeware. It is kind of weird that right-clicking makes it disappear, but I think I have an idea as to why it does that, because it also pauses the game when you do that. And I got a feeling that's like a boss key feature. So if you're like playing the game, like on company time, boss comes in, whoop, you just right-click and it's auto-minimized and paused. Actually, come to think of it, that's probably why there's no sound effects, is because whoever made this was probably, making it specifically so you'd have something to do at work. To pass the time. So he couldn't put sound effects in, otherwise the people at work would know. Oh, that's hilarious. Again, that's just a theory, but it could be true. And the high scores is empty because I accidentally quit the game. But anyways, yeah, for a freeware title, that's actually not that bad. Next up, Jonathan Gosselin's dug up DOSGAMES /board/BOLOBOX. For some reason, I just got a funny feeling this is going to be another thing from Slow Software. I got an SCR file, and also a bbox_reg file. Reg.doc. Yep, I just had a funny feeling, because Slow Software had a number of Bolo games, right? So, and yeah, it's got the pricing there, similar to the last Slow Software game. So, let's just try running it, because I got a funny feeling I know exactly how this is going to play. BOLOBOX by Slow Software. Directions. Objective of BOLOBOX is to flip all the tiles on the game board back to the color gray in as few moves as possible. Select one of 50 puzzles by pressing the select puzzle key. Puzzle will load itself onto the game board. A yellow square will be located in the upper left-hand corner of the board. Use the arrow keys to move the marker to the desired place on the board where you want to flip the tiles. Mark that tile, press the spacebar key. This will turn the yellow marker to green. Can't press spacebar again to cancel it back to yellow. And to designate the direction of the flips, press the arrow keys. Interesting. And not really any options to worry about, so select puzzle. There are a lot of puzzles. Okay, well, we'll start with the first one. Can be solved in 8 moves or less. Really? So for instance, if I wanted to say, okay, it's an interesting way of doing it. Let me try that again. So if I start here and go like that, yes, I see how this works. And the trick is to try and do it in as few moves as possible. Let's try like that. How many moves have I taken so far? I've taken 2 moves. Let's try like that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. So I wonder how it determines, like, the minimum number of moves, unless that was just preset by the author. Anyways, let's do puzzle 2 now. Also says it can be solved in 8 moves. Do all of them say that? Let's just choose, like, number 11. Okay, they don't all say 8 moves. It does vary by different puzzles. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Well, right off the bat, I'm going to say this one like that. And then probably like this. Okay, I think I messed that up. Let's try that again. Pretty sure this is right. I think I have to do this. And then this. Like that. There we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. Okay, that's actually kind of interesting. Like, it's an interesting puzzle mechanic. I mean, typically when you think about games that function in this manner, you almost think about, like, Lights Out, where it's like when you pick a particular spot, it flips not only the spot you've selected, but also the 4 that are adjacent on the horizontals and verticals. But I think this is a very interesting mechanic because you not only you're not changing an entire row or column, you're only changing a fragment of a row or column. And that kind of really adds to the dynamics of it. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's actually not that bad. I'm willing to bet that there might be ways to solve some of these faster, but yeah, okay, I'm actually having fun with this one. So this is definite. I would definitely say if you enjoy puzzle games, this is definitely worth checking out. Now I notice it says solved in 9 moves or less. I wonder what happens if you take more than the moves that it suggests. Like how it's going to interpret that. So let's just see. Let's say I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to pay too much attention to how I'm doing it. Okay, that's interesting. I just noticed that you can't just, if you're up against an edge, you can't just go straight towards the edge. You actually have to go towards a tile that exists. So no matter what, you're flipping a minimum of 2 tiles. Okay, so it doesn't consider it solved unless you do it in the correct number of moves. That makes sense. But yeah, this was BOLOBOX by Softkey. This is definitely fun, so I would say check this one out. For sure. And our last dig for today from Robert Mackey is DOSGAMES /PD1 /TRSICOL. Maybe it's just tricycle spelled badly. Well, we're 2 for 2 on good games, but I don't know about this one. We got 2 separate exe files. Interesting. Also some batch files. Stable.bin, sware.mod. That is certainly big enough to be a mod file. Ooh, you know what? This looks like whatever it is has been cracked, or has some kind of loader or demo intro going. Just judging from the trsi.nfo file, from what I understand, NFO files were like the mark of the demo scene coder. I could be wrong, but let's just check a few things here. Let's go into edit. I'll load up. Let's see. Well, first let's check the run me, which then runs color.bat. By the way, fun fact about batch files is that you can only have one batch file running at a time, technically. Later versions of DOS included a command called call, and that would basically let you layer another set of execution calls over your current set. So if you call another batch file from within a batch file, you cancel the original batch file because you're still within the same execution branch. But if you use the call command, you're setting up an additional branch, which means as soon as that batch file is done, you return to the batch file that you called from. which is probably a lot more information than any of you guys need. This one tries to change directory to cbuster? Well, that's going to fail, but it will still run color.exe fine, so... Got a funny feeling we got a name here called Colorbuster. Well, let's do the run me just to see what the demo's like. Choose music output device. Well, Sound Blaster. Intro by Rick Dangerous.
Американская фирма Transceptor Technology.
Okay, just, putting this out there, but you were doing something for Red Sector with an entirely blue background. Shouldn't it be red right now? Actually, because this is all blue, I can fix this right now. See? All red. There you go. Post-production for the win. Actually, how do I quit out of this? Oh, there it goes. Okay, so Pyramid Software Studio presents Colorbuster. So this is definitely some kind of wares. Almost certainly. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes with this stuff. So we got keyboard control, press any key to start. Is there going to tell me anything else? Oh, it's just going to... That is a very trippy high score table. Very trippy empty high score table. How many high scores are there? Unless these are level scores? These might be level scores. It might be keeping track of individual scores for different levels. Get ready, level 1. Press fire to start. Okay, so... Well, I gotta say, these are actually really nice graphics. Almost makes me think that maybe this was made by the same demo scene people. Color United. Color Eliminated. Is that it? So I'm just trying to eliminate the colors. There's got to be more to it than that. Color is uncrunched. Okay, I see what the gimmick is. So you actually have to get all the colors united, and then you can push it into the thing. I have to wonder if there's more to the mechanics than that, but... Well, like, I mean, I see a time limit at the bottom. And I'm going to guess that it's possible to screw yourself over somehow. Well, so far so good. Ooh, okay. I see how it's gonna get harder. Okay, so... Oh, and the time limits are different on each level. That's good to know. Because, yeah, right away I can tell that it's probably possible to put yourself in unwinnable states, like pushing a color into a corner that you can't get it out of or something. Oh, and I just realized you can actually hold the buttons down. And it stops when you let go. Okay, so not only... Not only does it look good, it actually controls better than I'm used to with a lot of these games, too. So what was I saying? That we were... Whoops. Whoops. I don't think that's how we're supposed to beat the level. Is there a way to restart or something? There doesn't seem to be a key to restart. So, do I just wait for my time to run out? Out of time. Okay, that reset the level. So yeah, the controls are nice and responsive and work perfectly fine, but you can absolutely push things over the edge and fall off yourself. So you do have to be a bit careful. But yeah, it looks like we're 3 for 3 this episode. I'm not used to having so many good games in a single run, but here we are. Admittedly, this one might not be on this CD legitimately, but that doesn't make it any less good. In fact, I kind of like the fact that this is a very basic puzzle game, yet it's very approachable so far. He says in suddenly a level like this. Actually, this one's a lot easier than it looks. Level 5. Okay. Based on all the mechanics we've used so far, this level shouldn't be possible. Also, what kind of time limit is that? I had like 20 seconds or something. How am I supposed to... I fell off. With 1 second left. Means I'm about to lose another life. Yeah, how are you supposed to do this in 30 seconds or at all, even? Whoops. Fell off the edge again. Game over. Oh, it is a high score table. This is a very big high score table. Okay, so that was Color Buster. It's definitely a fun game, but there's definitely some mechanics that I don't know about, given what happened at the end there. So, yeah, this is definitely one to check out, although I have no idea where you would acquire it, but... if you can find it.